All right, who wants to start?
What are your early thoughts on San
I think they're just doing what they always do, which is compete at a high level. Stay in every game because their defense is, top three year after year after year, and deal with injuries and find a way to just be in the upper echelon of the conference, no matter what happens. Like it's, death and taxes, there they are.
Just curious, like, talking later, we're talking about here, but just obviously the Spurs kind of embody that rest stuff, and also last year when you guys had that last day of the road trip, how have you seen this year kind of play out compared to last year with how the schedule's been different? The ability to rest guys?
Well, I think what the league did with the schedule was they eliminated the bunches of games, the 4 and 5 nights. I don't even think, do we have one single 4 and 5 all year? 3 and 4, but I don't think we've had one 4 and 5. I don't, and definitely not a 6 and 8, which we used to have. And so now it feels like there's a game every other day. That's kind of the pattern for everybody. So I think the players are much more prepared to play in every game. I've only rested guys who are older, who are banged up. I haven't felt the need to rest our guys who are in their prime. So the league's done a great job with the schedule. What it has done is it's cut back on practice time a little bit, because what used to happen is if you had 4 and 5 nights and you have a day off, you might have like 3 days before your next game. So then you'd have a couple of really detailed practices, maybe a scrimmage, and then you go get back to another game. So it really is a different pattern. It's a much different pattern. So most days it's recovery, it's film, it's walkthrough stuff, individual workouts.
What do you think? I mean, you guys are pretty successful, right? But what do you think of what the reduced practice time's done overall?
What do I think? What?
That the reduced practice time's done overall was kind of most good thing.
I don't know. I mean, it's just different. Your practice. What it's done for us is fewer scrimmages. We might have had one scrimmage all year since the first game of our season. We used to scrimmage a lot more because there were more days off in between. So now it's more walkthroughs, more 5-on-0. Script your offense. Have a short defensive segment, and a lot of shooting. Very little contact.
Draymond seemed a little bit at a loss last night for how to deal with the officiating going forward and his relationship with the referees. Do you have any advice for him, or what do you say to a guy like that who doesn't really know what to do?
Well, my advice to him would actually go to him. I wouldn't say it to you. I appreciate the question.
Yeah. Is there anything you can say?
No. That's private. I mean, it's. The only thing I'll say is that Draymond is one of the most competitive people I've ever been around, and I love his edge, I love his fire, and we need that. And it's having to channel that can be difficult, but that's the goal. But I'll leave it at that.
Just for credit, I think 13 games. What did you notice during that time that was different?
They didn't get any technicals. It's a long season. It's a hard season. You go through spells. I think with our team, we've had periods of frustration, periods of boredom, periods of maybe lack of focus, and we've had some patches of great play followed by lackluster play. And yet here we are. We have the best record in the league. We're doing fine. So we'll keep going, keep moving forward.
You said you had 7 techs. On NBA.com, you have 5.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's
you're
good.
not as bad as you thought.
I'm not as bad as I thought.
The leader has 9.
That means I think they're $2,500 a piece too. So I'm not
Saving money.
$5,000 poorer as I thought I was. But who's got 9?
Coach Bud.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You're in a 6-way tie for like 3rd or 4th place.
Third, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like I've had more than 5, but I guess.
How does the rescinding process work? I mean, some guys have had checks rescinded. None of your guys have that. I don't
You mean
think.
for coach or player?
For either one.
If you want to appeal, I think you can call the league, and we've done that in the past. And the league's good about having that discussion.
We had a game last night, but are you able to monitor the trade deadline, sort of what's happening there? Do you get a presidential briefing in the morning? How does that work?
Yeah, it's called ESPN. You know, just turn on the TV and I get the briefing from Brian Windhorst. So we know everything instantly. If you have a phone, you're going to know everything instantly these days. So it was a wild day. I'm not going to comment on what teams did because that's none of my business. But it's a fun time to be an NBA fan when you see all this action, and I think it's good for the league.
Is San Antonio one of those teams where, regardless of what they went through during the regular season, or what their record is, or what their seed is, you know that if you face them in the postseason, you have your hands full?
Of course. Yeah. Pop used to call it corporate knowledge. He probably still does, but that was a term he used when I was playing. They have so much corporate knowledge. They've been together for so long, and the players have a perfectly clear sense of what they're trying to do every single day. And Pop always has a great feel for the big picture and getting through the season healthy and in one piece, if possible. And I know that's what they're desperately trying to do now with this Kawhi situation. And yet here they are. They're still 3rd place in the West, which is amazing. So they're finding ways to hold on, and if they can get healthy, then they're going to be a tough out for anybody.
Marcus was a guy who got a lot of flack in the postseason and stuff, but he's had a really nice season. What have you thought about what he's doing?
He's been great. He's been dominant. He's one of the best low post players in the league. It's a dying breed, a guy who can go on the low block and score like that. And so he's been tremendous, and he's had to take on more of a scoring load with Kawhi out.
I was curious, the day after the OKC loss, Mike Brown was out here talking with Steph. Is there something that you guys noticed on the film specifically?
Nope. Yeah, we sucked. That's what we noticed on film.
Does your knowledge and experience with the Spurs, obviously they've been really good for almost about 20 years now, but they rarely get to the 60 level in terms of wins. Does your knowledge of that, knowing how long they've been good, and if they don't really push it for 60s, high 60s, make it a little bit easier for you to deal with the dips you guys are going through at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely learned from Pop the idea of managing your team, pacing your team through the season. I never thought of it as a player. As a player, you just play. You want to win every game. You just go out there and play. And when I was playing, I don't remember us resting guys. I think that came later as Tim Duncan got older and Ginobili was getting older. I don't think the resting stuff really became a part of Pop's repertoire until maybe 2007, 8. I don't know.
Yeah, probably all right.
Yeah, and we started to learn more. We realized, that's probably a good idea, and but Pop was at the forefront of that. But yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot watching him manage his teams over the years, and I'm well aware that if you don't have a slip up during the year, and that's a much bigger shock than
When
if
did
you
that-
do.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did that become part of your repertoire?
Resting? Uh, well, my first year, we gave Sean and Andre rest, knowing that they were on the older side, on the backside of their careers, and needed the occasional rest. But last year was the first year it felt like some of our core guys needed an occasional night off. So, I mean, I don't think it's as big a part of our routine because our players right now are kind of in their prime, and the league has done a good job with the schedule to make it easier to play guys every night. But I think it's just something that you feel, and you talk to the players, talk to your training staff about.
Other than resting guys, what are some things that you picked up from Pop that help manage players' workload over the course of the season? Like practices, that kind of stuff?
Work-life balance is the big one. Pop has a great quote that I've used. He calls it filling up your cup. When you're in a tough stretch, if you have a chance to have a day off, use that day off. Don't grind yourself to a pulp. Take the day off and go play golf or go to the park with your kids, or go walk your dog. Go do something that can re-energize you, and it's a big part of the NBA season is filling up that cup and restoring your energy. And everybody has to do it in their own unique way based on the life they live. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, you got it.